Thank you, Scott. As Scott mentioned, Ignite Seattle has happened 35 and a half times. And after every event, the organizers get together and have a retrospective. We talk about what went well, what didn't go well, what we're going to experiment with next time, and we eat a lot of very yummy curry. But as Scott was mentioning, we've never asked for your input into this retrospective process, except for the last Ignite when we did and we sent out a survey. Before we get to the survey results, I want to talk about a few caveats about the survey. First, the survey was self-selected. Not everyone took the survey, of course. We are not thinking that it's statistically significant. However, what is significant is the feedback that you spent your time in putting into this survey, and so we really, really appreciate that. So our most common Ignite audience member is a woman. She's in her 30s. She has a bachelor degree of something, and for her individual annual income, well, she would prefer not to say. But who cares about the average? Ignite is for everyone. We want everyone across all demographic variables to be in our audience. So if you have ideas to improve us including groups of people or not excluding groups of people, we want to hear that. A sausage fest is death. That was a quote I got from Brady Forrest when I was asking him, hey, why, even starting at the very first Ignite, was the gender ratio for speakers set at 50-50? And it was because people want to see themselves upstage. As you can see, this really impacted our submission percentages by women over the years. So at Ignite 6, we only had 12% women submitting, and now at Ignite 35, we have 50% women submitting. It's fantastic stuff. So half of our Ignite audience are newbies, and that is always reaffirmed by Scott's show of hands, but 20% are superfans. These are people that go to 5 or more Ignites. And why do we have superfans? Well, obviously, number one is the talks, but it's the variety of talks. You can hear from pirates and Superman and Princess Leia and slackers all within a 20-minute time frame. These talks, though, wouldn't be anything without the amazing speakers. My favorite quote from the survey about the speakers was, it's just everyday people are getting up on stage and telling their story and sharing their passion. Sometimes comedy, sometimes a little bit of tears. Next, audience, give yourselves a round of applause. You're the reason why people like coming to Ignite. The community we're building, the energy in the room, and the fun that everyone is having. And on number 4 on our list is someone will be very familiar to you, is our MC, Scott Birkin. He does a great job on stage, he does a great job with the speakers, and he does a great job behind the scenes. But let's get serious. What do people dislike about Ignite? That's what people want to know from the survey. We got tons of one-off feedback, my favorite being that the red pants are not for sale. If we sold the red pants, what would Scott wear? So we'll go to the more common dislikes that people had about Ignite. So the 5th one is the MC Scott Birkin. Awkward, but this isn't about the person Scott Birkin. This is some of the specific things we had been doing. But Scott listened to that feedback, and he's changed since the previous Ignite. So thank you for your actionable feedback. My favorite quote on this one, for their least favorite thing, there's too many white people talking. So this is number 4 on our list, but it's really number 1 in our hearts to make Ignite more diverse for our speakers. People do not like getting pitched to. We have a no-pitch rule when submitting and accepting, and we also coach this. So what we tell people is give a great Ignite talk, and then near the end, do the pitch. Hey, everyone, did you know that Ignite Seattle is looking for new organizers? If so, please contact us. This slide is intentionally left blank. 10% of the participants of our survey said there was nothing they didn't like at Ignite, and we hope that continues after this Ignited well. The number 1 thing people disliked was the length. So people want to get home earlier on a work day or a school day or get to the after party. So thank you for your feedback. But we've started earlier, and we have less talk so we can get to bed or get to the party. Thank you to the 91 of you who took the Ignite survey. Thank you also for people in the audience who will be taking our next survey so we can get some feedback on how our changes went. One last request. We had a photo booth at our last Ignite, and these people won the photo booth contest, but we don't know who they are. So if you know who they are, please let us know. Thank you.